Deep within the lush rainforests and sun-drenched savannas, a tiny enemy lurks. It is a silent predator, its bite carrying the threat of a deadly disease, malaria. Spread by the bite of infected mosquitoes, malaria is a parasitic disease that can quickly escalate from a fever to a life-threatening illness. Malaria is a global health concern, particularly in tropical and subtropical regions of the world. These areas provide ideal breeding grounds for the Anopheles mosquito, the main vector for this deadly disease. The humid air hangs heavy, and pools of stagnant water, left behind by seasonal rains, become havens for these insects. But malaria's reach extends far beyond the mosquito's bite. It can devastate families, cripple communities, and hinder economic development. The fight against malaria is a fight for survival, a struggle against a relentless adversary. The statistics paint a stark picture of malaria's impact. Every year, hundreds of millions of people fall ill with this preventable disease. The World Health Organization estimates that nearly half of the world's population is at risk of malaria. The vast majority of malaria cases and deaths occur in sub-Saharan Africa. This region bears the brunt of the disease's burden, with young children and pregnant women being particularly vulnerable to its severe effects. But malaria does not discriminate. It affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life. Travelers to malaria-endemic regions are also at risk, highlighting the global nature of this persistent threat. The transmission cycle of malaria is a complex and fascinating one. It begins with a bite from an infected female Anopheles mosquito. This mosquito carries the Plasmodium parasite, the microscopic organism responsible for causing malaria. When the infected mosquito bites a human, the parasite enters the bloodstream and travels to the liver. Here, it multiplies and matures, eventually re-entering the bloodstream and infecting red blood cells. The symptoms of malaria typically appear 10 to 15 days after the infective mosquito bite. These symptoms can range from mild flu-like illness to severe complications that can be fatal if left untreated. Early diagnosis and prompt treatment are crucial for preventing severe malaria and reducing the risk of death. Malaria can be diagnosed through a simple blood test, which can detect the presence of the parasite in the blood. Once diagnosed, malaria can be effectively treated with anti-malarial drugs. The type of medication prescribed will depend on the species of parasite causing the infection and the severity of the illness. Timely access to healthcare facilities and qualified medical professionals is essential for ensuring that people with malaria receive the prompt diagnosis and treatment they need to recover. Section 5. Protecting the most vulnerable. While malaria affects people of all ages, young children and pregnant women are particularly susceptible to its severe and potentially life-threatening complications. Their immune systems are not as robust as those of healthy adults, making them more vulnerable to infection. Malaria during pregnancy can have devastating consequences for both mother and child. It can lead to premature birth, low birth weight, and even stillbirth. Protecting pregnant women from malaria is crucial for ensuring the health of future generations. Similarly, young children are at increased risk of severe malaria, which can manifest as cerebral malaria, severe anemia, or respiratory distress. These complications can quickly become life-threatening if not treated immediately. Section 6. Shielding ourselves from the threat. Prevention is key in the fight against malaria. By taking simple but effective measures, we can significantly reduce our risk of contracting this deadly disease. One of the most effective ways to prevent mosquito bites is by sleeping under insecticide-treated mosquito nets. These nets provide a physical barrier against mosquitoes while they are most active at night. In addition to mosquito nets, using insect repellents containing DEET can help deter mosquitoes and reduce the risk of bites. For travelers heading to malaria-endemic regions, it is crucial to consult a healthcare professional about prophylactic anti-malarial medication. These medications can help prevent malaria infection or reduce the severity of symptoms if infection does occur. Section 7. The fight against the mosquito. Alongside personal protection measures, vector control strategies play a vital role in reducing malaria transmission. These strategies focus on controlling mosquito populations through methods such as insecticide spraying and larval source management. Insecticide-treated nets not only protect individuals from mosquito bites, but also help reduce mosquito populations by killing mosquitoes that come into contact with the insecticide. However, the emergence of insecticide resistance in mosquito populations poses a significant challenge to malaria control efforts. Researchers and public health officials are constantly working to develop new and innovative vector control methods to overcome this challenge. Section 8. Hope on the horizon. Despite the challenges, there is hope in the fight against malaria. Scientists around the world are working tirelessly to develop new tools and technologies to combat this deadly disease. One of the most promising advancements in recent years is the development of effective malaria vaccines. These vaccines offer the potential to provide long-lasting protection against malaria, particularly for young children in high-transmission areas. In addition to vaccines, researchers are also developing new anti-malarial drugs and exploring innovative approaches to vector control, such as gene editing and the use of mosquito-killing fungi. Section 9. A future free from malaria. The fight against malaria is a global effort. Governments, international organizations, research institutions, and communities are working together to eliminate this preventable disease. Through collaborative efforts and unwavering commitment, we are making progress towards a future free from malaria. By investing in research, strengthening healthcare systems, and empowering communities, we can turn the tide against this deadly disease and create a healthier and more prosperous future for all. The journey ahead may be long and challenging, but the goal is clear: a world without malaria, where every child can grow up healthy and reach their full potential.